all of these like tortured fucking like these screeds that we've been reading endlessly since 2016 about the how just the cultural degeneration of America and like the rage and nastiness of everything. How does it never factor in that, like, you know, when you say cause the deaths of 2 million people in a war and it's just swept under the rug? Does that not devalue human life? Does that not like factor into the calculation when like you kill a cleric who one time met a guy who knew like the number 3 in Al Qaeda, and all of his kids die, and you're like, well, you know, it's the company you keep. Does that not fucking devalue human life?
Well, and also like a lot of these angry young men are pissed about Israel. And at what point does that cease to be a compassion in and of itself? Like, you're writing that off as pure anger,
right?
But it's a compassionate anger.
Yeah.
So like, how come they don't get credit for that?
Yeah, and like, and for all the talk about the rise in hatred or anti-Semitism, like I've seen some of the most vile racist propaganda I've ever seen in my life published in the pages of liberal newspapers and magazines.
Yeah,
but it's all about Palestinians. And as long as you're talking about like wokeness and identity politics, some of the like most serious crackdowns and impositions of speech codes on university campuses have happened this year, but it was all directed at pro-Palestinian protests.
Yeah.
You can't even say the word Palestine on most campuses anymore without getting expelled.
Yeah, that is the one group of people where they're still allowed to say that we feel unsafe and you need to hold space for us. That somehow never counts as fucking identity politics. I don't think I've seen a single like liberal, like official Democratic Party like media organ even mention Israel in any of this. No one thinks that it like single-handedly lost the election for Biden, but to act like it didn't have an effect and that it has no salience for American voters is fucking insane.
If you think that there's no connection between the fact that Kamala got a lower percentage of the youth vote than any other Democrat, by a lot than any of the past Democratic elections, have nothing to do with their policy towards Gaza, that's just, I'm sorry, you're lying. People are lying to you, or it's cope. There's no fucking way around it.